Welcome to Bro Taste This.
Good morning.
Good evening.
And good afternoon.
Welcome to another great episode here with the Bro Taste This boys.
Brought to you in, presenting you in, bringing you in, VYV Vino. Hi, everybody. You already know that voice. It's Juan Legend to my right. The one and only. The one and truly.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen?
Smells like patchouli.
We also have Phil Golden Corral.
The felonious one himself. The felonious Phil. And off to the camera, if you can see him, it's the super producer, the silent and deadly
Leonardo da Vinci.
Woo, I like that. The Da Vinci of podcasting. The Da Vinci of producing.
He's a Renaissance man. He has a lot of talents.
He's got that mustache of a Renaissance man. Very nice, settling. Catch any crumbs.
And he's also clearly like Leonardo in the TMNT. You know, like that would be him.
Well, there's so many famous Leonardos. There's Leonardo da Vinci, there's Leonardo DiCaprio. One's a famous actor, one's a known person to what they quit. He breaks off with them when they're 25 or something.
Yeah,
he keeps getting a younger model.
Hey, you don't need a.
Also a Renaissance man too.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But we're off to a very exciting start. We're going to be talking a lot today. We're going to be talking about the new article from the Yahoo Finance News. Talking about how 18 to 25-year-olds, 29-year-olds are still living at home. How nearly this affects 50% of Americans in the United States of America.
What do you mean? That's not normal?
I guess it's getting worse. It's becoming more prevalent.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. We're going to also be talking about things we look forward to in the upcoming weeks because it's coming down at the end of the year.
That's
the
right.
End of a nice... it did fly by quick, I would have to say.
That's right. And then last but not least, we're going to talk a little bit of a key update, I guess, on everybody's current careers in the food industry.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we get into all that nasty business, let's start something fun and fresh. The World Cup's coming up, and we're about to approach the finals here. Argentina versus France.
Yeah, by the time you guys are listening to this or watching this, the finals will have already been done. Mm-hmm. Argentina or France will be crown the new winners. What are your thoughts, boys? Have you been keeping up close? Have you been looking at any scores? Did you bet any money in this era of sports betting? What are your thoughts?
I should have, because if I did, I would have lost a lot of money. I would have bet all of on Croatia. I just love a good underdog story.
Okay. Especially
once I heard they genocided the Serbians. People from Serbia. What are they called?
You fucking weirdo. You don't even know what you're saying.
What
about you, Leo?
Oh, I didn't bet any money, but I probably would have put it all.
On who?
Even though knowing they would have lost, I would put it all on the U.S. and Mexico. Even though they were eliminated right away.
Lost too. Yeah,
that's called loyalty, ladies and
gotta
gentlemen.
have a hope.
You gotta respect that.
All.
Respect the North
That's
American
a diehard.
countries.
That's a diehard right there.
Gotta support the home team.
You can basically hear a bald eagle and a golden eagle behind him. Insert eagle noises here, Phil.
Caw-caw. I bet a lot of people would have been pissed that Ronaldo played for. They would have bet money on him and would have lost.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, if anybody did, they did lose. But anyways, how close have you guys been keeping track of this World Cup? If
I've
at
been
all?
watching a lot of the games.
Yeah,
especially because they've all been happening in the morning, and since it's been slower at work, I just put it on, just watch.
What about you, Phil?
Honestly, with all the controversies that it's happening in Qatar, or as I call it, Qatar, it's hard not to keep track to what's going on with the business and stuff like that. So,
do you watch the games though, pal?
Oh, I saw highlights about it.
Yeah.
That's about it, though. And I was surprised that Argentina beat Croatia because I was saying that the story of Croatia being the underdog story, it's hard not to root for them.
Well, they were underdogs also the last World Cup.
Were they really?
Yeah, but they also made it to the finals.
Wow.
What was crazy was if Croatia somehow beat Argentina, it would have been the first time in World Cup history where it was going to be the same two teams playing each other twice in a row. Because it was France and Croatia the last World Cup in 2018. And if Croatia would have beat Argentina, it would have been France and Croatia at this World Cup.
Well, I had no clue France was at the last World Cup. What's their team now? Are they studs?
Their team is incredible, Phil.
They're the same team as last time.
Their team is
just
incredible.
better.
It's full of studs. And they were all like young bloods last
they were
time
all like
they won
18,
it.
20.
They were all like
so-
18 and 20.
So now
And so now they're like
wow.
they're still like yeah, basically in their prime to younger, you know.
So they're gonna
Dude,
mop the floor with
in
Argentina.
my opinion, France is like oh dude, they're just the all-stars, you know, like the 90s Bulls, you know, like they're awesome. They're just
they got
really
the
fucking
Pimpin',
good.
their Jordans.
Exactly.
They're
like,
all in their prime too. They got a bunch of Dennis Rodmans.
and
out there.
Argentina is definitely the underdog. In
Wow.
my outside soccer opinion, what do you think about that analysis, Leo? Since
Honestly,
you clearly follow way closer than
as
all
a
of us.
team, France is like super good. Like every team they beat them like so like they've been like there's no question that they should have won. Like
Yeah,
they're not like
they
oh
should
they got
win this
lucky
match.
or they got into like penalties.
Yeah.
No, like they're just so dominant. They
Yeah.
just take everything over.
They're at
Honestly,
best,
the
they're
only
gonna be
thing
best.
keeping Argentina in there is like the fact that Messi wants to win so bad because he's been
He's
playing
just-
like crazy.
He's putting it on his
Yeah.
back.
He's like making goals, making assists away. He's like running around players and everything. No, he's just like he wants to win. Let's see who wants it more. Kind of reminds me of the flu game, Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Hey, great reference.
Everything was against him, but he was like, "Hell no, I'm gonna win this. I'm put everything on my back and I'm gonna take it to victory." Because the way he's been playing has been like crazy. Because everybody always knew he was like the best player, but he's like literally carrying this team on his back.
Damn, I wonder if Messi is like how you said the Michael Jordan, like hell, he has everything against him, and like I wonder if he has like homophobia. It's like I hate homophobia so much because of the anti-pride and all that stuff. He's like, this is for all my gay brothers, just like kicking the ball out there and whatnot. Lionel Messi, hell yeah. Speaking of Lionel Messi from Argentina, we're gonna be
Pure willpower.
today's vino.
Wine, that's right, is a support to our Argentinian brothers and sisters. Here's for the underdog story, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Here's for our brothers on the same hemisphere.
Wow. Just by the smell of it, this is gonna be really nice. How is it?
It's pretty good. Like,
Pretty good.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's
To
a
me, this tastes like
2018
a
Malbec.
penny.
Ooh, I love pennies.
It tastes like copper.
I'm a penny pincher.
It tastes metallic.
I like to pinch Penny. She doesn't like it though. That's a joke, folks. Speaking of jokes,
Never mind. It's evolving. It's evolving.
it's evolving.
It's evolving into
Oh
more
my
like
God.
a dark fruit thing, a little bit like a pepper spice.
Wow. I'm loving this.
What do you think, Phil?
This is a good, like you said, pepper spice.
Mhm.
It kind of bounces in your mouth. This is what we're sipping on. Is a 2018 Malbec Uno. If you want to bring up the information there.
Here you go, pal.
Thank you. It's from Argentina, hence why we got this today in honor of our singularity.
That's right. To support Messi.
Oh yeah,
What's up, boys?
they've been around for about almost 100 years, I believe. Is that right, Leo? Or I'm dyslexic, so 2008 looks like 1808.
2018, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did want to say one thing.
Take
Phil.
me back to 2018.
Even beyond all of this, you should totally take a look at the French national team and watch them. Like watching them play and the skill that they have like over the ball, and then like the way that their kicks have so much control and their shots, how like the way that Mbappe has like that level of control and curve on it is. It feels magical, dude. It feels like you're watching like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type shit. You know,
Wow.
like it's really fun. If it looks really special to be watching. So,
Okay.
like even as like a non-soccer fan, I do think you should like give yourself that treat, and especially
Especially
with
if you're
this
just
last match being, Messi's last golden or World Cup. I mean,
well, even if you're not a big fan of soccer, it's just to appreciate the athleticism that's being displayed.
Appreciate the skill,
Yeah, the proficiency.
high level of skill.
Like this bottle, this Uno Malbec from Argentina. You know, I like it. It's got a good taste to it. It's not so high in alcohol where it leaves your mouth dry, right?
To me, it's pretty dry and not too sweet, which is pretty good. You know, that's kind of what you want from Malbec. You want it earthy and approachable.
I would have to give this out of the bro rating 4.5 for a Malbec. We've been hitting banger after banger after banger with the Cabernets, with this, with the Komodo Dragon.
You know what, Phil? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go more like a 3, like a 2.8.
Wow.
Like I don't know. We've had some Malbecs on here that, in my opinion, are more memorable. And I'm gonna try searching one and gifting it to you for Christmas.
All right. Oh, I'll look forward to that analysis when we get down to that one. What about you, Leia? What do you think about this 2018 Malbec?
I find it pretty good. I think I would be like also like 3.5 or somewhere around there, just because like it's like it kind of reminds me just like when you go to the bar and you just get like a Bud Light, nothing great, but but it's always gonna be good, but it's nothing like different.
Reliable.
Yeah, like old reliable, and sometimes those are the best. You're always there.
Oh yeah, kind of like me in relationships. I ain't much to stare, but I'm reliable. Hello, ladies.
I don't think any of them would say that. You think so?
Hello, ladies. The reliability part?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Reliability.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm more reliable than 50% of Americans that we're facing today. We were looking and talking about the what to talk on the podcast today, and we found this article very interesting. First off, it being Yahoo, which is a debunked website, and it's funny they're kind of trying to shame our generation.
Pause, bro.
Pause.
Do that again, bro. But don't say we were looking up and this and that.
No, this is more natural. I like this. I'm gonna keep this in too. We're gonna see. Everyone's
You think
seeing.
so?
Yeah,
You think so, Leo?
The world needs to know our thinking process.
exactly.
All right, fine.
Genius doesn't just
All right,
happen.
go on. Whatever. Let's keep going.
Let's get this train back. I've been a big fan of Train, like the band.
I
That's
love
a
Train.
that's a different podcast, though.
It Train's awesome.
Hell yeah! I'll cheers to that one. Clank clank.
Tears of Jupiter, baby.
Hey, soul sister.
Hey, there we go.
Get
Hey,
some-
soul sister.
Get a round of soy lattes ready.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna get them from 50% of Americans that live with their parents still,
Yeah.
because most of them are baristas. I would imagine the most common occupation for these, residents.
All right, shut the fuck up, Tucker Carlson.
Them and their liberal arts degrees.
How about you read the article or the headline without giving your opinion, buddy?
Well, no, I do believe that this is like not a surprising thing. It should
Yeah.
be, everything's increasing. I love harping on this, but it's like nearly $8 for 4 sticks of butter. Butter's getting expensive. Electricity getting expensive, especially with Christmas.
But
and Christmas
the prices of gas have recently dropped.
Oh yeah,
That's true, and they've dropped a lot. But let's keep it on
Can we get the
on
cork
topic
over
though, bud. Let's keep it on topic. What
Can you zoom in a little bit more on that?
what
My eyes
are
are pretty bad.
like from an
There we go, that's
international
great.
standpoint? What is your opinion with and especially because this article brings it up with the idea that like other first world countries or luxury markets also have multi-generational homes where their parents are living with their older child or something like that.
Well, if you look at the
And
GDP of like their current states right now, I would say most of them is like a migrant home. So a lot of them are first generational college students, first generational factory workers with health insurance. First generational.
What does it have to do with GDP?
What does GDP mean? I thought GDP was like.
That's like the country. What
Yeah,
the country
bro.
makes the money.
Well, I mean, if you look at the country of United States, I would say most of it's immigrants now, right? It's safe to say that. Not in
It's not.
in a conservative way.
It's not right.
That's
mean-
not right at all.
I mean, my parents are an immigrant, and I'm a first
Yeah.
generational like
Yeah.
health insured worker.
Yeah, but like most of the country isn't immigrants. Just because we are that story does not mean that is what.
I believe we look at the statistic that like a lot of them is first generational. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean,
Like
It's
people
the-
that had like an Italian grandma type shit.
yeah. Well,
Right?
no.
I think there's like complete two different topics. 'Cause
That's
this,
a different.
This has nothing to do with.
Yeah,
it's
Phil.
basically saying because the real estate market is too high, but it's like in other countries it's like the same thing. Because even if people in China are living with their parents. People in like Europe are living with their parents. This isn't a GDP immigrant.
No, but listen to this guy, Tucker Carlson, bro.
But it makes sense. Though.
Every little angle he can try, he's like, guys, we
There's
got too
always-
many immigrants.
There's always been immigrants.
I mean, we're product of immigrants. I'm not saying this in a negative tone. I'm saying that in my family, I'm a first generational
Yes, bro.
health and care
But-
insurance worker.
But how many people around you that you grew up with, dozens of people were not like you? Many. Most of the people that you
Okay.
ran into.
I see what you mean
You
now.
are an anomaly. You are not the
You're
rule.
the outsider.
Oh, I bet you if we asked them, they would say the same thing you're saying now. That they're
that
the
you're
outsider.
the outsider.
Yeah, that they're the outsider.
I mean, isn't it like the statistic that only like 13% of America is like Hispanic, and out of that, it's only like 4% are immigrants?
oh, is that really?
I would not doubt it.
Whoa.
It's not that many immigrants.
But-
You just see it on TV all the time.
Well, I'm saying that why so many parents. I don't know. It's not making any sense now.
No. It's
No, the first
because you're-
generational part.
bro. It's because in your head you have like a different set of stats that you're working under that you think is like no. It's probably like 40%, 50% are immigrants, right, guys?
I just figured that's what the status were. You know,
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
everyone's struggling. Everyone's finally made it.
50. Phil, we're a country of almost like 350 mil. Do you think that 150 million people are immigrants, aka half the population of Chicago when you go there?
All
are
right,
immigrants?
there's one thing that says like, although nearly 4 in 10 millennials living at home say their parents charge them rent, they said they were charged less than $500 a month. When to get a room, like the national median monthly rent right now is $19.80.
Damn, for
Wow.
a room?
No, that's according to Rent.com. I'm pretty sure that's counting like the big cities all in one. Big
Yeah, but
group.
this is also from Yahoo.
Oh,
So-
that's a national median rent, not just for a room.
Wow. Well, yeah, monthly rent. That's
Yeah,
without
yeah,
utilities.
that
either.
makes sense. Yeah, because you're gonna have to. You don't get to just rent a room for the most part.
Yeah, but
You have to
yeah.
rent the whole facilities. Yeah.
and that's without utilities either.
But yeah, I mean, like that opens up the question. What are you thinking about? What are we thinking about that? Like we've been fucking screwed by the real estate market since all of us turned 18. It hasn't necessarily always been the most affordable
No.
to
It's
it's
live
cheaper
on your
to get a
own.
mortgage right now than it is
Yeah.
to get rent. You just gotta have like 50
Amazing
years of credit history.
exactly amazing credit.
50 years of credit history, and then like $20,000 for down payment.
And if you got shit credit, you got to have a lot of capital to even bet against yourself. It's just working against. It's rigged against us.
it
the-
is crazy how like mortgages are really cheaper than rent, but like you just can't get it.
No.
And right now mortgages aren't even as cheap as they used to be. Like right now mortgages have gone up because of the interest rates. Like interest rates have gone up to like 6%, 7%, shit like that. Even though it used to be 2, 3, 1, like 2-3 years ago. Making it a lot more expensive to have a monthly mortgage, or you having your interest rate jacked up if you had an adjustable one. But yeah, like it's not easy. But no, for another on a different topic, like
Well, see, I feel like this is another product of like us trying to save money for the real estate market. Because I could name like half of my friends that still live with their parents, and they have easily over $50,000 in their bank account. But even with that, that's like in this market contract. If you're work construction and get per diem, even you guys who make good money still live at your parents' house, and it just makes so much more. I mean, that's one way to do it though.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna have to bleep all that out.
No,
though.
it
So,
is,
like,
but for the conversational flow and for us to understand what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
like that makes sense. But what I was gonna say is like, yeah, like we also have a lot of friends that are younger, or cousins that are younger and still live at home but have like really good jobs where they are making really good money each month, and they could move out.
and they're
But
making
they
it
choose, they choose not to because they're saving up for a house. A lot of the times that's what it is. Like people don't want to leave until they have it like ready to move into their house.
And there's some situations where some of the children or the cousins or the people that are working those good jobs make improvements to the house, thus increasing their value to the real estate. Which is because
This guy over here.
like me or like we were trailer park boys right now, right?
What's up?
And I bet you a lot of the generational like our people our age still went back to the trailer park and like made improvements. I can name 6 different trailers where I grew up.
I've got
where
a
they
trailer
made
park boy story for you in a little bit.
See what I mean? They made like beautiful decks, beautiful awnings. Just they already have a bunch of cars because who knows how they got those cars. I'm not gonna say how.
It's because a lot of people live there, you Momo.
No, they had some side hustles. God bless them. I'll say that. That's all I'll say.
All right.
But I mean,
most of the time it is because a lot of people live there.
Yeah. And just them saving money, living at home, because a lot of them are immigrants like us.
Yeah.
See, I was able to tie it in. God damn it. Tucker all the way. Psych.
No, it's all right. You can lean into your Tucker personality. We want to see the real you.
I'm more of a Sean Hannity kind of guy.
Oh, so more of a blockhead football guy dope?
I'm more thumb. I like my guys that look like thumbs.
You're a speaking thumb?
Is with a toupee on.
No, you don't have enough cop energy to be a speaking thumb.
Sean Hannity live.
Leo, I was going to ask you real quick. Can you double check all of the cameras and make sure they're still good? But like me and you, let's keep it going, and I'm probably find a way to move on from this in a second.
Yeah, no, it's tough because even people our age, try to hook up, try to date. It's tough. Bring them home. You can't get dirty and nasty because that's sinful.
That is true. People find a way around though. People are dirty dogs, bro. People use cars,
hotels,
people
Airbnbs,
use hotels, like all sorts of ways.
Public
churches,
bathrooms.
Dressing rooms.
Since we were speaking about the trailer parks and all that stuff, I find, Leo, have you heard anything about our old trailer park neighborhood on Creek Road? How Dino got a bunch of people kicked out?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, so let me fill in the crowd. Okay. So Leo and I and Phil is aware of the same trailer park because he used to visit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to live in the same neighborhood in a trailer park on the same street. We were like next door neighbors right across the street from each other. And I was next door neighbor with a crazy ass Italian dude from Chicago who was really skinny, smoked a lot, drank a lot. He had that sucked in face where you could kind of see his cheeks, and he was bald. Just to give you a visual, right? He was very much like a Dale Gribble body,
but Italian.
Okay. And also he used that as his hall pass to be really racist to all his Mexican neighbors, bro. Because he would tell me, because he's like, you speak English, you get me. And in his 2 minutes of sobriety, that he would have in between, while having a conversation with me, because he was most of the time he was fucking drunk. But this motherfucker would always just talk shit about Mexicans or his 1 or 2 Mexican neighbors and say, oh, this guy, this or that, they need to go back. The classic laundry list that you guys have heard.
Why the hell do they have a rooster at 6 in the morning?
Because
a lot of them had roosters at 6 in the morning.
Not at the trailer park.
At my trailer park.
Your trailer park though is way more rural, bro. In Clinton,
well, we lived in a nice trailer park.
We lived in a
where they have paved roads, a pond.
We had a
Christmas
beautiful
lights.
pond with little fishies.
Have a bunch of little Mexican kids fight each other in front of the pond, throwing bag swings and all that stuff.
That happens everywhere.
Yeah, wherever there's little Mexican kids, there's gonna be always little fights.
But
anyways,
this motherfucker we had lost touch. We moved out a few years ago, and this guy had recently, and back then would also do this, would brandish a gun at people, bro. He would right, Leo? Am I getting that right? He would brandish a gun at people, and he would get the cops called on him. He would get the office called on him multiple times.
Was this a bit?
No,
it sounds like a funny bit.
This isn't a bit, no. And
I'm drunk. Look at my gun.
No. It wasn't some Randy Marsh type shit. It was if you come around here, I'll shoot you type shit. He would tell people. He would threaten people.
He was the OG George Zimmerman. He was I'm gonna stand my ground.
It was more what's
Oh, the old white couple with the pistol when they're
no?
riding.
What's the old director who yelled at Obama on a chair?
Oh, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood with
Yeah.
the Korean dude.
Oh, from Gran Torino.
Yes, it's more like that.
He got a little pistol.
But he's a lot.
But
But
with
he's
the
a
real
lot
gun.
more of a loose cannon, and yeah, with a real gun.
Yeah, instead of doing the little, he's using a real gun.
Yeah.
fucking-
Like, but dude, this guy got like 5 families like kicked out
Why?
because like they all kept saying that this guy's crazy. He keeps threatening us, and
Oh, I thought he called like
and-
ISIS or some bullshit like that.
no. He and the office kicked them all out because instead of like trying to see what happened
Including
to
him.
this. Yeah, they
but
kicked.
the Italian dude left.
Yeah, they kicked him out,
Okay.
but they also kicked out like all 4 or 5 of his neighbors that would like call the cops or tell anybody,
Yeah.
which is kind of fucked up.
It's fucked up that the consequences of speaking up in retaliation. But like, if you look at the grand scheme of things, trailer parks are like gone now. All these third parties, like BlackRock or Blackgate, whatever they're called, all these real estate third parties are buying up these trailer parks, and like, either if the trailer park manager had kicked them out, some third party company would have gone in there and like, oh, we're gonna raise rent by 300% from $900 to $1,800. I mean, the medium rent is $1,800, right? God forbid knows what a trailer is now. Probably $1,200. Probably what you paid for a townhouse years ago. So I mean, it sucks that you would speak up against threats of aggression towards you and your family. But if threats of aggression is not going to get you out of the trailer park, then it's going to be Wall Street. So very unfortunate. But
Well, fuck you for bringing down my mood.
hey, money talks, man. It
God damn,
sucks.
when did you become the straight man, dog? Damn, bro.
Well,
Look at you.
My mom was the victim of that. The whole
That's true.
transition
that's true.
of
So
trailer
it's
park and all
very
that stuff. So
close to your heart.
that was Lake Geneva.
That's right.
Dude, and the worst
Yep.
part about trailer parks is that most of them own the trailer. Like,
Yeah.
They just don't own the land that they're on.
No.
Yep. But then they can't move it a lot of the times because
You got to eat the cost.
That's
Eat the
right.
cost or pay like $14,000 to move it. Or something about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that brings us to our last and probably funnest segment, our food segment. We're all still currently working in the food and beverage industry or in one of those
In
industries.
some type of capacity.
Yeah, in some type of capacity, whether that be front of house, back of house,
Yep.
production.
We are bro tasters. Yep.
That's right. What are your thoughts, Leo? You should start us off. Why are you still in the industry? What are your pros? What are your cons? Do you see yourself in it next year or the next 2 years?
Well, I mean, first off, out of the three of us, you two guys are in the restaurant business, right?
That's right.
I'm more of a factory mass production.
Yep, you're
So-
more on the production side. But
Production, yeah.
it's all food. It's
Oh
all
yeah,
food.
yeah, no, definitely. But you guys get to have more fun with it. I'm, in there begrudgingly making it. You guys get to,
But,
play around.
Yeah, there's probably more engineering though, and like science and MSG on your side though.
That is
A
true.
little more of that like magic powder, like that with like cocaine in it or whatever the fuck like food scientists are making for us. But yeah,
And I'm sure both sides have different loopholes and leeways. Different places to take a nap and escondidas and all this stuff.
but yeah. Anyways, Leo, what are your thoughts?
Well, for me personally, like, I don't know. Every year I always keep saying I'm not going to go back. But I always end up going back to, like, a restaurant.
What are you, front, back in the house?
No, I'm a line cook.
Line
Like,
cook? Oh, so you're in
yeah.
the kitchen. You're
Yeah.
sweating it out.
Yeah, and it's like, it is stressful, but at the same time, like, I've worked other jobs and jobs where you just kind of by yourself with your thoughts. I can't do. I'm just sitting there. Like, you're like, at first, you're like, oh, dude, this is so much easier on my body and everything. And then, like, after, like, 2 weeks, I'm like, dude, I talk to, like, no one for, like, 8 hours a day. I'm just here, like, listening to music and a podcast. And then you can only do that so many times. And then eventually, you're like, dude, I'm getting kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, I miss just messing around with, like, your friends. Just sitting, like, talking to someone. Because,
Yeah.
like, because I was, like...
You miss the
at-
locker room talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can only listen to Sean Hannity for so long.
It's like, because even when I work, like, because I did, like, multiple things, but, like, the two that I was, like, at the most was, like, when I was cleaning boats. Like, over the winters, I would, like, clean boats and, like, scrub them. But you kind of just get on a boat by yourself and scrub the whole thing, and they bring you down the boat and you just scrub the whole thing. So you're just by yourself all day. And it's like, damn, this kind of sucks.
It sucks,
Yeah.
but I do like cleaning because you get like you do see the end process. I
Yeah.
like something that you can see the
Yeah.
beginning to end.
Yeah, there's something like meditative about that. Kind of like washing dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but do you see yourself in it like in the next year or two?
Like, I honestly probably just because, like, it's something that is, like, fun, dude. Like, it can be so much fun just being in the kitchen. Like, the music's playing, like,
Yeah.
you're, like, it gets hot, but, like, eventually, like, you
Do
get,
you-
like, a rush and you're, like, making new things and, like, trying new things. And, like,
Do you ever see yourself like trying to be in more of like a avant-garde like restaurant establishment or like a more chefy type position, or do you like it more like that loosey like pirate crew type of style
Like-
where you guys are just kind of having fun with it and you can put on the radio in the kitchen? Because you know there's not places where it might be too nice to
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
radio in the kitchen.
I don't know if I, like, see myself working somewhere nice like that just because it does seem, like, way more stressful than it is. Because at the end of the day, it is just food. I don't know why
Yeah.
it has to be super stressful, but I do want to eventually, like, make my own things. Like,
Yeah.
See, I'm surprised you
Work
say you
for
work
me.
in the
Well, then-
kitchen because you don't really have like a drug problem. So like when you say you're a line cook, like
What do you
pretty,
mean?
You're pretty well
He
rounded.
hits that Nick stick like no other, bruh.
Yeah, but that's vapor. Yeah, I'm talking about like these cooks are like
That's true.
they're putting more than vapor up
That's
their
true.
nose and shit like
That's
that.
true. They're little truffle pigs.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
stressful, but it's not that stressful either.
Yeah.
Like, it's only during the summer it'll be hot, but at the end of the day, dude, like,
You know what? I don't
It's
need
not-
meth.
yeah, I don't think I need. You know,
I
just
don't
go
need
get
speed.
a couple beers after work and you're fine.
hmm
And also just because, like if I could have like even like a food truck, like kind of make your own things, that'd
Yeah.
be like so much fun. Because it is really just nice and fun, just like making your own things and like cooking it and like selling it.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
I have a
feel-
friend that used to work in a food truck for like a couple of years out in California. I have to sneak her in here. And,
That's awesome. Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
get the tales of flipping tacos and
Dude, that'd be
making
awesome.
taco
Fuck
meats
yeah.
in a little taco
especially
truck.
'cause, like,
Especially in California. A lot.
even though like most days are similar, sometimes you get to experience like completely different things. Like I've gotten a chance to like go cook at weddings and like bring like, especially like working around the lake, and all these like rich people will like literally like hire us to like go catering to their house or like set everything up, make some of the things there. You know,
Yeah.
like, right in front of the lake, and then you do a lot more different things than just like other jobs that I had where it's literally just in one place, one thing, same thing every day.
And this is that simple, right?
Yeah, and
But
also like
I was
at
gonna say
parties
simple
and
is also
stuff.
really chefy. Like in my opinion, they're pretty fucking like they're setting trends. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
They're not like
Well, they're a reputable place in the
yeah,
area.
and they're
a
like they're
staple.
always staying like with the seasonal menu. Like they're doing
Yeah, I don't like
fresh,
that.
fresh local ingredients.
Keep it traditional. Quit being, artsy fartsy.
That's right. Yeah,
Chicken
fuck
tenders
that.
and fries, right?
If my marinara didn't come out of a can, I don't want it.
Yeah,
Send
give-
it back.
Exactly.
If my Alfredo didn't come out of a can, send it back.
If my ribeye ain't hard and dry, I don't send it back.
If there's no gabagool on top of the salad, send it back.
Hey, that sounds like your neighbor. They got ousted from the trailer parks.
Pow pow gabagool.
Gabagool. But Leo, like you were saying, you don't have a drug problem and you like to unwind with a couple of beers, which is kind of your department when it comes to the restaurant side. The beers, drinks. You're more of a flair. You're like the Elton John of restaurants. You're all flair, flamboyant. You're out there, harmony.
I disagree 100%.
You're conductor.
Dude,
You create. You are the master symphony of the entire night of the restaurant.
I like to think of myself as an explorer, as a curator of international flavors.
A bike curator, much like Elton John,
No, you fucking
Sir Elton John.
weirdo. God.
But
You gotta flip everything, Phil.
God.
But
God,
But
dang
I
it.
like to think of myself as a curator of international flavors. I like to, me being a foodie, my approach is very much to bartending has like kind of been opened up to me in the last year, especially after I'm approaching it much more full time. Where like my approach has just been, I was telling somebody this the other day. I feel like I'm a Charmander evolving into my second evolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like the chains were ripped off me, and now that I like approach it on a much more full time basis, like my brain engages with it like with so much more creativity and like juice on that part. Like I'm creating drinks that like 5 years ago I would have, or a few years ago I would have like never thought about. You know what I mean? I'm doing like infusions on infusions, like homemade syrups. We're buying our own still. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I feel like Willy Wonka this year. It's a lot of fun.
Not only are your skills in that increasing, like you said, evolution-wise, but your interest in different techniques, like you just described. It's just like the different types of mediums. Like never in the 5 years, like we were talking a couple episodes ago, with the episode Netflix, the Drink Master, whatever that's called, Ultimate Drink Master.
No, that's right.
I mean, that would never been on our radar, 5 years ago, right when you were your Charmander. Now you Charizard?
Yeah, I feel like a Charmeleon, but hopefully not too long, and it'll be Charizard. But even then, right now, like, dude, I'll fucking chew up any local bar right now. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that we are like one of the most interesting bars and like avant-garde, like trend-setting bars, whether that be right in Milwaukee or in Chicago, like.
Madison even?
Yeah, well, no doubt. I think we would go to bat with like most places in Milwaukee and Chicago, all right. I'll won't like talk us up that much, but there's definitely a lot of places out there that are incredible and they probably do it better. But and Madison and Milwaukee, no doubt. Like I've been there, I've seen the best. Like we go toe to toe with them. Like.
Well, it's just not just skills, and like you got to be proficient in, but socially, you have to be able to carry a good conversation, get in there, make me forget about my woes. If my mistress is cheating on me with her John,
dude. And speaking of that, lately I've had so many fucking like customers.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say John's.
No, so many customers, whether that be men and women, cheat on their partners in front of me, like.
Yeah,
like so it's been happening so much lately. Yeah. Like I can specifically remember a lady who took out a dude, like you're in front of us, and so the first night she got there, she was speaking to a young man who had come with a friend of mine to the bar, and it was her first time there. She was like in her 40s. This dude is like 20. And like she was talking to him, and then one day later, she just talked to him. They all went their separate ways. One day later, she takes out a date and has a guy who had right there like on property, this and that. And another day, she's like calling a dude in front of me, and then telling me that the guy from before was her cousin or something like that. And like I've had that interaction happen so many times where like a similar interaction will happen. Somebody will take out a partner in front of me, and then they'll tell me, "Oh no, that was just my sister. That was like my cousin. Like that was that. This is my real partner." And it's you fucking liars.
At least be honest. Yeah. Like that's my dog wife right there.
Yeah, at least slide me a 20. Like Jesus.
It's all these tourists come over here to fornicate.
Yeah.
For real.
I want my lake clean.
I want my gene pool pure.
Dude, look this up, Leo. You're going to want to look this up. Delavan was founded as a purity colony type shit. Like they wanted
by the Mormons or what?
No. I believe by like pilgrims or the dude on the oatmeal. What's his religion? Quakers, I believe.
Yeah.
But
Odin Quakes.
Delavan was founded due to with a vision of it being alcohol free and like a tempest zone. So
I don't know,
this
exactly
motherfucker's right.
But I'm also seeing that it was established due to its ability to support circus horses and other animals.
Because the
look up
circus.
Look up Delavan founded alcohol free.
The movie The Greatest Showman on Earth is based on the Bonnable, whatever the fucking guy name is.
Dude, that circus was started in Delavan, and they never mentioned it in the movie. I watched the whole movie thinking they're going to mention it. Like, it literally started in Delavan. It was like the most famous circus of all time, and it started here in Delavan.
I thought they were going to mention the little people fighting. They had like little people rings, and like they would take advantage of these people, like these disabled people, and like have two people with like disabilities fight each other.
Or the fact that the big elephant downtown killed like 4 people, and we just have a big statue of him now. He went crazy and killed like a bunch of people.
A peace offering so he doesn't come back alive, pissed off. Spirit of a giant elephant. Damn, that's nuts. But I can totally see. See, it's ironic. If it was meant to be a pure like state, now it's turned into like the beer state. You know.
I don't know. I didn't say state. It's not, the city had that.
Oh,
vision.
Delavan. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, it's not that interesting. We can move on.
Well, for those
Yeah, it's
for those
just
who
little-
don't know that,
little
like,
town shit, you know.
we have a couple of foreign listeners that don't who know that like the area of Delavan and like might be familiar with the Greatest Showman on Earth, the bottom beer circus guy that like he was world known. He was a con man, you know.
Oh yeah, P.T. Barnum,
B.T. Barnum, that's his name. Thank you so much.
the original Trump.
I was just call him Oppenheimer or whatever, the guy who made the bombs.
What are you even saying?
Oppenheimer.
I've been wondering what you're saying.
Oppenheimer. Am I saying that right?
Anyways, also fill us in on like the world of WWE, Phil. What's been going on?
But real quick, just so you guys know, the Muntser Tree in Delavan is dying.
We have
Oh, that's a Civil War
That's a
tree.
Civil War tree.
Oh, what? I love
We-
Civil
we,
War. What about the Civil War?
Delavan had a tree where they all met, like the Union volunteers all had to meet at the railway station right under the tree. There's even this really popular poem that Leo
Yeah,
just
yeah,
scrolled
yeah.
past
Here,
called
zoom
The
in.
Muster Tree.
Let's take a gander for the listeners at home.
And
The
I
Muntser
think
Tree.
if this one is the last one in Wisconsin, I'm not 100% sure, but I read that somewhere. Let me check.
Here, zoom in there. I want to read the poem for these good people. I'll say it in my good the Union voice. This is the Mustard Tree. The railway station. I can't even do it. I'm messing up here. Let me take two about that, folks. Thank you for being so patient with me. The Mustard Tree. The railway station stood at ease and walked there to see. The lads with somber.
Stop! We should have known your dyslexic ass wouldn't have been able.
I can't read that.
I know.
Oh my god.
All right. The railway station stood at ease and waited there to see the lads with somber destinies who gathered beneath the mustard tree. The city boy and country kid of every pedigree, with a feature to be hid by rookies of the mustard tree. The noisy train was belching high, its smoke impatiently, as wives and mothers kissed goodbye the warriors of the mustard tree.
So off they went, learned to fight. The rabs of General Lee, not knowing whether wrong or right, but sent there from the mustard tree.
By lead and bloody bayonet, with death a referee, through battles will ne'er forget, went troops of Lincoln's mustard tree.
Well, some returned and some did not, but chronicles agree the hall would never be forgot by veterans of the mustard tree.
And if you'll look, it still survives, imbued with history, and grieves for those who gave their lives, the proud and lonely mustard tree.
By that beautiful mustard tree poem was made by Larry Phillips, which stands mute and void now because the mustard tree is dying.
God damn.
Wow, that's powerful.
Phil just found out about this tree, but now we're sad.
Yeah,
Very
but
sad.
65.
Oh my God.
That tree is more than 270 years old.
Why is it dying? Because of Joe Biden?
No, it's got a disease, and it's 65% dead, and
Oh,
it is
no.
not recoverable.
So you-
Damn diseases. Well, that's a pretty somber note. But, you know, for those who are learning more about where we come from, our roots, our international listeners, Delavan, home of the mustard tree that is slowly dying.
home of the what's it called?
The BT
Abolitionists, the Phoenix Brothers.
Wait, what are the Phoenix brothers?
They are.
Is that why the middle school is named Phoenix
yeah,
Middle School?
Yeah.
Wow.
Delavan has a huge abolitionist history, Underground Railroad type shit.
I honestly, this whole time I thought we were really into astrology. I was like, we're the Phoenix Comets. We love the meteors, and like Delavan's really like sciencey.
Delavan was helping a lot in getting African Americans to get free to Canada.
That's right.
Whoa.
Also, Janesville. There's a house in Janesville called the Lincoln Tallman House.
Mm-hmm.
That's been currently being restored. I believe it was a stop on the Underground Railroad, but if it was not that, I know 100% that Lincoln did like a rally there.
Okay.
And that he stopped there a few times.
It has some significance to
Yeah.
the freedom of the emancipation.
Yeah, but the point is, there's a lot of really cool abolitionist history. Like I mentioned it to you guys here once on the podcast. The Abraham Lincoln camped on Turtle Creek.
Oh, nice.
I told you that, right? That
Oh.
that he would canoe through the Rock River and into Turtle Creek, and like talk to the natives, and he would camp on Turtle Creek.
Holy crap. Because right where like Turtle Creek is, there's a Carver's Rock, which has been dubbed as Penis Park a couple years ago.
Why?
Well, because much what we were talking about, how like 18 to like 29-year-olds are living with their parents. 50% of Americans are. A lot of the
They gotta get it on, baby.
yes,
What's up,
and
bro?
that's why it was called Penis Park, because homosexuality was deemed like a criminal offense. So like a lot of males were caught having sex in the
Stop.
park.
Yes, that's dope.
That's why they call it Penis Park at Carver's Rock in Rock County.
That's so cool that we have a legendary park like that.
100%, yeah. If you type in Google, you can look up the stats of like Penis Park, Carver's Rock. But it would make sense because Turtle Creek, it's right there. Abe Lincoln, rumored to be gay.
No.
Yes. Have you heard about this?
No, really?
The rumor Abe Lincoln was gay?
I had heard a rumor that he was half black.
What?
That yeah.
That's
because-
Thomas Jefferson, brother.
No, I mean, look at his hair. It's like tight and curly,
Oh my God.
and also he was very tall.
I
and,
gotta
like,
I gotta cut that.
you know,
And very athletic.
yeah.
He was out there boxing.
Wasn't he
bears.
like an all-state wrestler?
Yeah.
I know Lincoln was an incredible wrestler, supposedly.
Can we look up if he was gay or not? Because I think he was gay.
Okay,
There-
we're asking too many things to look up. Right
There
now.
was definitely rumors that Abe Lincoln was gay because he never he would write. He shared a bed with a dude.
There's
He
Okay.
did. He shared bed with a dude. I'm almost positive. He spoke very like.
he was married and had 4 kids.
But his wife was very. He could have done better, and he did by a dude.
I don't know. This just
No,
says
they
that-
all like.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Finding
This is,
homosexual trends by the New
All
York
right,
Times.
all right. You know what? This will be your assignment for next episode. Try to find some evidence of this, and you present it to the group, and we will give you a thumbs up.
Right
or
there,
a thumbs
debunking
down.
the myth that Lincoln was gay.
Well, yeah, debunking, bro.
I swear he shared bed with his commanders.
Yeah, it
and all
says
this
just so
stuff.
right there in the first. Go up, in the first line, right above the picture of the author. Please tell me when we have the podcast that you shorten this stuff, right?
Yeah, well,
You
there's
cut this
no,
dead
but
air out.
there's a whole Republican caucus where they're pro-gay. They're called the Lincoln Party or the Lincoln Log, the Log Cabin, which represents Abe Lincoln. Look at, they mentioned this in American Dad. There's a whole Republican caucus about gay Republicans, and they call themselves the Lincoln Party or the Lincoln Logs or some bullshit like
All
that.
right, well,
Which I think it's pretty funny.
present it to us off or for next week. Have a few links for us to read, and we'll talk about it then.
Hold on.
But it's too hard to present right now, Phil.
Sure. Okay.
It would be not make for good radio.
I'll present the clip from American Dad right here. Hopefully that gets copyrighted.
No, don't do that.
We won't
Like-
get copyrighted. It's American Dad. We're Americans.
I'm pretty sure.
Did you
that's how
find
that works.
gay Lincoln? Was he gay?
Well, all it said was just like
How much? What's on the?
that he had a
on the
wife and
summary?
kids and just shared a bed with his friend, but never said they're.
Oh
like,
wait, he
married.
shared a bed with his friend.
It did. I told you guys.
with
it said
his
that
male
there.
friend.
It did. It said for 4 years. It
Yeah,
said
but
for-
like everyone shares a bed with their male friend.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. You shared a bed with Luis.
Yeah.
for one night.
Okay, Mr. Abe Lincoln over here. Thank you, folks, for another exciting episode of Vida y Vino, brought to you by the Bro Tasters Network. Tune in next week as we run down the big episode, the last episode of the year, I believe. If not, then one of the second, close to it. We're going to go down the end of the year best list, the best of the best movies, best in video games.
Best media of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Best comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are you most into? Stavros Halkias.
Best pornos.
Album. music.
Album. Damn right.
Yep.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Kanye.
Tune in next week. It's going to be a very exciting episode. And thank you all for being so patient. Like and subscribe wherever you can. And see you all next week.